Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Nice market rebound, Neo. Spearfished me some Neo last night. Did get me some OMG on the fly last night. Picked up some more Walton. Just an easy pick. I mean, obviously, like I said before, it was going to be temporary. It wasn't going to be permanent. And believe in the ghost month or not, whatever, North Korea, whatever the fuck happened, some crazy shit happened around the date of the 5th, which is the day that was important for their traditions. And, you know, whatever happened, coincidence, who cares? The point is, it was obviously not going to be banned forever. That's just kind of how China is. And here we are, 30%, you know, Neo up 46%. I mean, that was fucking so simple. It was such an easy flip for me. Not a flip, I'm holding it, but, you know, it's just like pick up a set of Neo for half off. And basically talking about, since it's the spirit of the NFL launch for No Limit Coin, I'm going to kind of make an analogy with sports when talking about what I'm doing right now currently with my plans. So obviously the beautiful thing about cryptocurrency is anything can happen, like last night where the prices just drop and you can get in on super cheap deals. I mean, that's just awesome. It was just like free money fell in my lap. Those, always keeping my eyes open for those. The spears are always sharpened. Excuse you, loud machine. That's pretty obnoxious. Basically, the spears are sharpened and they're ready, right? I always have some spears ready to go. And I'm always keeping my eye on the market, obviously, for good deals and for upcoming Chinese coins. Or, you know, obviously, most of the coins I'm going to miss are going to be foreign coins, going to be Chinese coins usually. So I'm keeping my eyes open for those, obviously, keeping my eyes open for everything else. But when I'm talking about my big swings, I only take my big... I've gotten to the point... So it's kind of like if you think about a football game. When it's 0-0... right, you can, everything's open. When you don't have much money, every option's open to you, and none of them are really wrong, right? You could do the play action fake, go for a 50-yard bomb. That's all good, right? You can run the ball. You could do short passes. You can do whatever you want. That's what I mean when it comes to, I was able to take riskier big swings when my net worth was lower because it was warranted, right? It's always good to put some points on the board early. Try to put some points on the board. But there's also different strategies, right? So that's good when you're above water and you have something to play with, right? I always took just kind of like in poker, bankroll management, right? I'll take a little bit bigger swing on maybe a higher risk reward coin just to get out there, and if I failed, it's okay because I can just build that amount of money back up. And I you know, that was one of my plans. Obviously, there's different plans. Like, what happens if you're way up? And you're up by 50 and it's the fourth quarter, right? There's no reason for me to be doing play action bombs at that point. Like, I'm just playing smart. I'm just killing clock, running the ball, getting positive plays that I know are going to win me the game. And those are the best bets when you're already up. Now, like, let's say you're down. Then the same thing is true also, because the same thing is true because when you're down, yeah, you want to be taking risk, but you also need to catch up. So if you're down by a little bit, now if you're out of the game, you're out of the game. If you're down by 50, you know, good luck. Throw your Hail Marys, good luck to you, right? I mean, there's nothing anyone could do there. But if you're close, meaning, you know, you might have a little debt, you might be almost there, then your risk, you actually don't want to go bigger risk, right? You don't want to go risk because you don't want to, the higher the risk, the more of a chance you're going to fail. And if you're down a little bit, you don't want to take too risk and then slip into the abyss. Right? You want to do the positive plays. That's when you see bad teams in the NFL. They'll be down by a little bit and you'll see they'll change from their game plan. It'll be like a passing, it'll be a running team. And then all of a sudden you see them trying to force passes and get interception. It's like, no, you do what you do, what's comfortable to make you money. You do your positive plays. You do your short plays until you're out of that spot. And then you have a little bit of extra to take a swing on something. So it's just a different mindset when it comes to investing. And I really like the positive plays that I can. So when you can invest a lot of money into a positive play, it's very comfortable for me. I really like being able to do that. And that sure as hell beats risking a lot of money on a risky play, because there's no real need for that. I can just keep making these wins. And you never know, because these safe wins are going to turn out to be big ones, right? No limit coin, safe win turned out to be a big one. There's when I mean by safe, I mean legitimate. Like, it's not. That's the thing, man. You don't know what's a scam or what's not a scam, or who's going to come through and who's not going to come through. There's a lot of platforms out there where there's nothing. And, you know, the only risk I ever took, really, that was a big swing for me, that was not out yet, was my bit. And I said that was one of my riskier plays. I'm saying we're betting on a dream, but it's a dream that I believe in and I really want to see come to fruition. And when the beta comes out later this year, the price is going to skyrocket. Yada yada yada. It doesn't money. You know, it's like that's just obvious. That's why I bet on it, right? I saw something a lot of people didn't. We'll see what happens at the end of the year. And there's just, like, with OnG, they have the platform. You know, Obsidian, they have the platform. No Limit Coin, they have the platform. There's a common theme in all of my big swings, in fact, that is something tangible right in front of you. And I know it's not a scam. To the best of my knowledge, like, I'm 100% sure my older swings are not scams. Like, it's like I know Raphael personally now. And the same thing with Ian. You know, actually going to set up a flight with for XP to actually go out there and meet up with the team, because he's close to where they are. So a lot of things going on behind the scenes. Like, I obviously, it's kind of like when you see somebody big in the, you know, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but it's kind of like you see somebody make a move in the stock market and people might not understand why. They might be like, well, why is he doing that? It's like, well, dude, you know, he probably knows something you don't know. Like, I can't release everything I know. Like, I can't. But I'm making my moves, and you know, I don't make stupid moves. So if you see me doing something and I can't quite explain it in detail why at the moment, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, there's a reason why I took a big swing on my bit, and the world will see this time. January next year, the world will see why I took a big swing on my bit, and they'll see that it ends up being, you know, one of the biggest ROIs in history since Bitcoin. So basically, with No Limit Coin, we have the NFL launch today. Somebody was asking, say, hey man, how come the price hasn't skyrocketed? And that's another thing. Like, first of all, I don't look at the scoreboard. Keeping it in the NFL analogy, I don't look at the scoreboard. It doesn't matter, man. I'm not looking at this price because I'm not looking to sell. I have lures set, so I don't need to worry about the price if it goes low, because I'm set, right? If it goes low, I hit. Period. I don't need to go on and obsess about it. Man, that's just a distraction. People don't understand how important focus is. Man, focus is so important. People have their iPhones out. Like, that's why when I'm talking to somebody and I see them looking at their phone, dude, my fucking blood boils. I was like, dude, I need your 100% focus, or I'm not going to waste my breath here. It's like, dude, this is important. This is my life. This is your life. Like, there's nothing more important than what's happening right now unless it's an absolute emergency. Then you excuse yourself. But there's no half-ass, because you got to 100% pay attention to the emergency then, right? Like, you can't half-ass it. You can't, I'm going to give a little bit of attention here, a little bit of attention. That's where people, that's where the society is really fucked over a lot of younger people, man, because they think that multitasking and have their brain everywhere is a good thing. It's like, no, man. It's like, you need to have a fucking sword. It's like having a sword, but then you have like 10 blades coming out of each direction of the handle, and that bitch is really awkward and hard to wield, and you end up cutting yourself. That's what happens. You're playing with something that's powerful, yet you don't know how to wield it right. You need one blade, one unified blade, one very sharp blade. That way you're swift, fast. Nothing can stop you. The focus is so important. Where your focus goes, your energy flows, and the money blows. That's where it happens. So you have to always keep the focus on what you're doing at hand, and keeping, you know, constantly looking at the scoreboard. Why? Is that going to make No Limit Coin better? Is that going to make my investment better? No, it's like, dude, there's so much that can be done. And I'm in a driver's seat where I can pull a bunch of value now, right? And people are saying, like, you used to talk about No Limit Coin a lot more. And it's like, dude, it's like I'm talking about my life. First of all, No Limit Coin is a part of it. I love No Limit Coin. Obviously, I'm hugely invested in it, and I know it's going to do good. But I kind of feel like how Dan L feels with EOS. It's kind of like, people are like, why did you leave Steemit? He was like, well, dude, I did my job. I built the platform. I did the tech. It's like, he's not a designer. That's what he was saying. I'm going to quote Dan. He's like, I'm not a designer. I did my job. And then it was time to go to other frontiers. Like, Steemit, he did everything. He's not going to be a promoter. He's not going to make it look pretty. Like, that's somebody else's job. He handed you the fucking foundation. He's like, all right, build your house. You got a badass foundation. Everything's perfect. And that's the hardest part, making sure everything's firm and cemented down. And then he moved on. This kind of, it's like, you're going to see me do that. You're going to see me like No Limit Coin. If I walked away today, it's going to succeed. I've done my job. It's developed. It has the working, the gears. It has very intricate people. It has the right people in the right places. It has people everywhere. Now I'm a fan of overkill. So I'm here, obviously, because I'm going to be like, well, if my job is already like taken by 5-10 people, or people just working like inside of a Rolex, just like perfect, right? But if I come in, it's like having 2 Dans on the team. It's like crazy amount. So it's overkill. So I'm always believing in overkill, never content. You know, you can never have enough value to create. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I understand. I'm not a programmer. I can only come in. I'm a business developer. I set lures for talent, right? I set lures for talent. I spearfish talent too. So normally I'll set a lure and I'll see who comes around, and I'll be like, all right, look at these people. These people went deep. These people are looking for the value. These people are hungry. They went deep, right? And then I'm looking and I'm seeing who's coming up, because that's the thing. I'm never a salesman. I never sold a thing in my life. I'm not a salesman, yet people buy from me all the time. That's the mentality. I never sell anything, but people buy from me. People are constantly banging down my door, making it uncomfortable. I have to turn down people all the damn time. Never, ever, ever knocked on someone's door for a sale, though. And that's the difference. It's just, I look for the talent. I don't go knocking. Now, I'll spearfish some talent. Don't get me wrong. If I see somebody who's talented, somebody who's playing hard to get, I'll sharpen a spear and throw it. Try to spearfish me some talent, some human talent, you know, try to get them on the team. And the rest I lure, and I see who comes and gets it and who wants it, right? And then, you know, that's how you get your team. It's not about, it's about quality, not quantity. And that's just, you know, there's so much talent on No Limit Coin's team now. It's just amazing. Like, I could easily walk away. No Limit Coin's still a top 10 coin. It's already in motion. I already created the dream, but obviously, I haven't even hit my first goal yet of $1, right? And, you know, the funny thing was 5 cents, 5 cents was the goal come No Limit, come football season. So we're at 37 cents, and we're almost a curse of our own success, because people are like, man, it should just be blowing up. It's like, no, man, look at what happened. Anytime something blows up, look at Neo, anything, doesn't matter. It's going to come back down on any kind of bump on anything, just for the fact that people can do it. People can take profit. People like that feeling. People like having a coin that at any time they can sell and be in the profits, right? So no matter what, we were a victim of our own success, but in a good way, because when we came up so fast, right, it just, everyone's in profit now. Everyone, even the late bloomers, people got in at 20 cents, 30 cents, everyone's in profit. And that just means that you have a lot of people who can take profit. That's all that is. And I've noticed the buying has been steadily ramping up. I know the registrations for the site have been steadily ramping up. And I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about making, overkill at this point, man. I'm just absolute overkill. It's like we already have the war won, and then I just come in with that dragon for no reason and just start fucking burning the dead bodies. Like, it's war, it's carnage, and I'm absolutely taking every last bit. And fuck, I didn't know that was the last episode of Game of Thrones, dude. I was all happy on Sunday waiting, and then didn't come on, and I looked and I was like, oh shit, they fucking got us, man. They got us with the short season. And so, yeah, man, NFL is going to be starting today. Joe Theismann that's a really cool thing. You can sign up, you can play a game with Joe. You can actually play a tournament with Joe Theismann. All the proceeds, if he wins, are going to go to charity, and No Limit Coin's going to match, and I'm going to match. So this is going to the hurricane victims. We were saying Hurricane Harvey, and now you have another hurricane in Florida. It's just really my heart. My brother's in Florida right now too. He's in a penitentiary, so I've been very nervous. I saw what happened in Houston, and I had friends in Houston. Like, it's just been absolutely devastating. So just a shout out to everybody working hard. There's a lot of members in the No Limit Slack that were in Houston. A lot of good old school members that are helping with the flood, and a lot of their lives were absolutely turned upside down. So definitely, man, my heart goes out to them. It's just absolutely terrible. Our actual UI team for No Limit Coin, our UI team is actually based in Houston, and the hurricane hit them really hard, and they're out there helping people. So, this community, No Limit Coin, has stepped up. We've had people stepping up, helping with UI changes, while, the main designers couldn't be online because internet problems power problems having to help. And you know, man, these UI designers have been working all hours, getting in any hours they possibly can, working through a hurricane, literally. I've never seen such commitment. All our UI designers, our professional teams refuse to be paid in cash. They all wanted to be paid in no limit coin because they believe in the what's happening here. You know, you can't pay people in cash in the no limit Slack that are helping. They all want no limit coin. Everyone believes in where this is going. And you know, the reason I don't look at the price, because it doesn't matter, because NFL just came out. Like, I'm not interested in selling coins that haven't filled out. Right, you don't become wealthy by short selling yourself, right? Like, why would anyone sell a coin until all the sports have matured and you have a platform that's going to just get more and more people? That's the price. Like, the coin's meant to be expensive. There's meant to be 0.1 buy-ins. That's how it's meant to be. 0.5 buy-ins. It's going to happen. You know, 100 buy-in, no limit coin is going to be a nice high buy-in for people. And another thing, people are like, man, the price fluctuates. It's like, dude, that's the beauty of it, man. Like, I don't know, man. That's what happens. When you come up with something new, people want to compare it to the old. Like, oh, well, the dollar is stable. It's like, well, that's the fun, man. The fun is it's an investment plus it's a game. You buy the coin and you're automatically an investor, right? And then you get to play it and you could win, and then the coin could double overnight because some crazy celebrity we got, you know, something crazy happens. And that's a beautiful thing. You can get a deal, right? You can't get a deal at DraftKings. You can't be like, oh, the dollar's down today. Let me go get some more dollars. Like, you know, I mean, you can if you're currency trading, but most people aren't. 99.9% people playing fantasy sports aren't doing it. So it's just a fun new thing, man. And I just love what's happening to it. It's like, I have friends who wanted to play just the NFL, and they bought it, and then they see that now they're wanting to get Bitcoin. These are their first cryptocurrencies. That's the thing. No limit coin is going to bring in so much mainstream adoption. It's insane, because I have so many friends, over a dozen friends, who have signed up for the football, and they're all interested in Bitcoin and other cryptos now. They're like, man, I didn't know it was this easy. He was like, now I'm starting to understand. He was like, man, that was so fast. I bought it. I sent it. It was like instant. He was like, man, this is easy. And I'll send them some free coins. And they're like, man, that was so quick. And they're starting to actually understand what virtual currency is. And when you break it down, now they want to buy Bitcoin. Now they want to be investors. And that's why, man, it's like, dude, like, no limit coins, the first, they say there's competition. There's not competition. There's really not. There's Footy Cash, which isn't the same thing. It's like a football management thing. It's not what we're doing with the one game, the 1 week duels. And there's another one, but they don't even have a website up, and they don't have a platform, yada yada. So whatever. Like, dude, we've been running bugs tests on this I've been here ever since I've been here. Plus, he had the first go. Like, dude, it's not easy to get all the bugs out. You can't just say, I'm going to throw up a fantasy sports website. Like, you got to get the perfect data feed. Then you have to sync it. Then you have to go through all the bugs. That's why this beta is up. The beta is up and everything's good. And we've been holding our punches with ads because we don't want to have 1 million users and have all these bugs. So it's good to have them, you know, when we're in where we're at, to be able to change things on the fly before it really, really picks up. And we've got it nailed down, man. Like, the bugs are fewer and fewer and becoming pretty much obsolete. The fans, we got really good people like Philly D and Danny MLT, like a lot of people in there that are really good DFS pros. They really know how these things really work. I'm a poker player, so I bring that background to the game creation as well. Dude, people in the community like, dude, we want 60K cap. And we changed it to 60K cap. Now we're like, well, we need 55. We're trying to find the perfect cap. Tell me where you can do that with DraftKings. Dude, you can't do, like, dude, you're in direct control. It's like the community made this new background, and we decided to implement it because it was awesome. And the community voted. Like, dude, that's what's a beautiful thing about crypto. We are this sport. We are this. We can implement any kind of games, any kind of changes, any kind of charity events, anything. And that's what people don't understand. Like, I'm investing in the next DraftKings, the next FanDuel, which are bigger than fucking Uber, man. Like, you don't understand how big fantasy sports is, and no one knows how big it is worldwide when you connect the world market together. It's never been done before. We have no idea what's going to happen with cricket and soccer and baseball and MMA and all the NFL and all the big basketball. There's just so many. Not to mention, we have, you know, things like NASCAR and all kinds of crazy things coming up in the future too, that people, you know, that aren't set in stone, but we're looking to get involved. But the ones we do have set in stone are obviously on the timeline. Also, the white paper is done. Just an awesome white paper, explains everything in detail, very perfect. I mean, it's just what it is, man. We say something, we deliver every time. We're going to upgrade the white paper, and what do? We upgraded the white paper, and the community was a big involvement in this. That's the beautiful thing, man. The community. We have such a nice community, and the core people that stuck around. It's just, come out here, check the white paper. You can start to see everything you need to know about our goals and everything about No Limit Coin. If you had any questions as an investor, because that's what this is for. This is for the investors. The players really don't care about this. They're just going to buy it to play the game. And then they're going to become investors, right? You're a player first when you come to play, and then you become an investor. And then obviously the people who've been investing are investors that came now. But yeah, just basically, solid white paper. The UI is going to be perfect. Everything's going to be nice. It's just a beautiful thing. And, I'm already registered with my team. I'm getting into some of the games. Me and Crypto King are having that head-to-head soccer match. We just had a few setbacks, but that is still going on. The 50K heads up. I will be probably streaming when I do that. Something cool. And yeah, just a lot of cool things. The Chinese coins, bouncing right back. The market's right back where it was almost. Minus 10 bill, but we're going to get there. You also got the, what's going to happen with Lightning Network and Bitcoin. Ethereum has the new upgrades coming out. So, Casper, all these cool things, like a lot of cool upgrades are coming out. And look at that, just 40%. That's just so annoying. It's like, man, people, they hear bad news, they dump it. And as soon as they hear good news, they buy. It's like, dude, right when I heard the bad news, I bought. Right when I did the opposite of what everyone did. Every time, it was like right when everybody got crazy. Right here was where I was like, boom, got me a nice little chunk, and then got me some more about right here, a little bit more, just because. And that was before I heard the news. And then of course I heard Box Mining was talking about China trolled us, and I was like, man, of course they trolled us, but and then I expected the price to absolutely go massive. Golem's blowing up. I got some Golem because of that news. That that's just the thing. That's time. That's what I mean about time. People see this and they think, oh, what the hell is going on with Golem? And then they see this and like, where did that come from? How do you not correlate the two? Time, money, market cap, nothing matters. The only thing that truly matters is time, because in time you can create value. And during all this time where people were like, well, what's going on with Golem? What happened? Time happened. And that's what happened when you're prepared and the opportunity meets. Boom, you have your upgrade that took, months, years to make, yet people think it happened overnight. Oh, Golem exploded overnight. It's like, no, man, it took fucking a long time to get that run up. And that's why I've been saying, man, I fucking told people about Golem. I've been telling people about it. I've been saying that when things are stalled off that for that long to have true value, those are times you want to get them. That is the time you want to get Golem. That's the time you want to get these great coins when they have not been doing anything for a month or two. You just absolutely know that explosion's on the horizon. That goes for any quality coin. So, yeah, I'm going to kill it here. Cheers. Peace.